right, groovy people, how we feeling on this? I mean, just a spectacular, freaking beautiful Friday in the Bay Area. Hope everybody's feeling good. Hope everybody's ready for this weekend. We have a lot going on. We had a really fun week. This has been a really fun week of shows, man. I mean, I'm still kind of laughing at Rod Brooks. Rod Brooks' hit on our show, which leads me to honor the pre-show post of the day. Today, I'm going to send this one out, Tony, to our man Gravy, who's checking in with like a pre-show comment on the Michael Jackson music assignment today, which we will be joined by one of our favorite people in the PNP familia, the great, the legendary. There's only one of them. You want to be like him, but you can't. Escobar Cheeks the third. He will be joining us as our guest sponsor today. I'm really looking forward to that. But Gravy said, you know, I'm not a big Michael Jackson fan, but shout out to the contributions that Eddie Van Halen made to, of course, you know, Beat It on the Thriller record. But check this out. You know what I was thinking when I read that, Tony, when you were playing the show open, is that this is pretty amazing trivia, too. I don't know if you know this. So when Michael Jackson toured on Thriller, it was actually a tour he did with the entire Jackson family. It was the victory tour. And they played they played stadiums. I think it was the summer of 83, and they were just doing stadiums all over the summer. You know who caught one of those shows? And it is Rod Brooks. Yeah. Rod Brooks saw that tour, and I think he saw it like in Dallas, Texas. Okay. Wow. And here's the crazy trivia part, though. Rod was in the building the only time ever Eddie Van Halen actually came out on stage and played with Michael Jackson. So Eddie came out and did the Beat It solo at one gig, and Rod Brooks was there. Wow. And, which kind of connects me to Rod, because, Tony, I'm still laughing at Rod talking about the robots when he's like, dude, you know, the robots are coming. And then as soon as he dropped this, dude, he there was just something about this. I wasn't ready, and it crushed me. He goes, I'm telling you, Paulie, they got robots. He goes, they're training these things. They're running marathons. And then he goes, they're doing flips. Dude, they're doing flips. And I'm telling you, I know what he's talking about because I've seen those reports. They got robots in China that are literally doing like flips, just like waiting for like further instruction. They're flipping. It's very scary, actually. But anyway, I'm still laughing at that. So, Gravy, you get the pre-show post because you made me think of Brooksy. But how cool is that, Tony? Imagine seeing Eddie Van Halen stroll out like at the peak of the whole thing and just laying down that Beat It solo. That would have been so freaking cool. And Brooksy caught that, man.
I don't know if I could handle that, to be honest with you. You know, like how you couldn't handle Smashing Pumpkins at one point. I don't know if I could handle that. It would be almost an overload, but you do have to just thank yourself that you're in that moment, dude. And yes, shout out to Brooksy talking robots yesterday. But that was all Beat LA, by the way. Beat LA Super said, by the way, Brooksy, I'm with you on the robots. And that set Brooksy off. And basically saying that we're all cooked. He goes, they're doing flips. They're jumping up and down.
He goes, what are we going to do when they unleash an army of these things? He goes, they run 25 miles an hour. And once they start trying, he goes, you knock them over, they pop right back up. It's like, we're all screwed, man. We're all screwed. And, hey, it's our own fault. We're the ones who built these damn robots, and now they're going to replace us. So, you know, enjoy whatever time we have left. Tony, enjoy your Giants doubleheader losses while you still can, my friend.
Enjoy, dude. Enjoy runners on first and third in extra innings with no outs. Yeah. And not being able to score a run.
Enjoy blowing leads in back-to-back games going into the ninth inning. Tony, let's talk about how do you wash away a god-awful walk-off loss at the hands of Ryan Walker in game one? Well, you trot out Hauser and let him give up back-to-back bombs to start the second. How about the start of the second game, dude? First pitch gone, second batter gone. It's 2-0. You couldn't even blink, and it was 2-0. And then, of course, they pissed that one away, too. Tony, I got to tell you, it's kind of funny. I went on Walter's show yesterday, the great Walter from KNBR. Please do check out his show. He's such a great kid.
Walter E. Calbacetta.
It's a tough last name. Say it again.
E. Calbacetta.
He's my boy. I love Walter. You know, I don't know if you know this, Tony. He just had a baby. They have a baby boy now.
Yeah. No, I knew that. Yeah, it's great. Walter, he's so chill, but also such a good, fun dude. We had many beers with him at the old ship, Walter and I. Many beers at the old ship.
Yeah, just a super great guy. And he does this Rounding Third and King Giants podcast. So, Tony, I guested on his show yesterday, and the Giants lost the game while I was guesting on his show. Like, we were live as the whole thing fell apart.
Right,
so
and the Giants lost the game while we started our show yesterday. I mean, Paulie, again.
Again.
Well,
yes.
Hey, Borg. your third base coach Borg, right? By the way, any relation to Bjorn Borg?
Let me tell you something about Bjorn Borg, dude. Have you seen the Borg McEnroe movie? I think it's on Netflix. Borg McEnroe. No. It's good. Check it out. Like, because that's
okay.
I remember watching Borg and McEnroe at Wimbledon. That's what got me into tennis. Watching those two guys. I was like 13 years old. Wasn't even really a tennis fan, but it was so compelling that it just sucked me in, and I still like tennis, and that's what started. But yeah, bro,
that was my favorite era of tennis, to be honest with you.
Did you know this, Tony? Me too. Because those guys
we were lucky to grow up in that era, man. That was a special era. Women's and men's tennis. Very special era.
Look at dude, this is going to be one of those very rare days on the PMP show where we're actually dropping tennis takes, but here they come.
Let's go.
First of all, Rags dropping it in Jersey. Jimmy Connors ruled. Yeah, that whole collection of guys.
How about a Boris Becker for your
how about an Yvonne Lendl with a forearm this big? Yeah.
I loved Lendl.
He had a cannon, dude. He had that cannon serve.
Dude, and he refused to get dental work also. Like he just had the,
I wonder what he's doing right now. We got to send Yvonne Lendl to Dr. Matt Young's office, dude. Let him go to work. It's going to be like a multiple visit kind of thing. But I wanted to say this, Tony, that you look back on that period of tennis and two interesting things. McEnroe and Borg played in the Wimbledon finals back-to-back years. The first year, Borg got him in a classic match. The second year, McEnroe beat him. Did you know that when McEnroe beat Borg in Wimbledon, Borg retired? He was like 29, 30 years old. He's like, all right, that's it. I'm out. And he was like the most dominant player of that period, the late 70s, mid to late 70s, and he just walked away. He could have kept playing easily for 5-6 more years, but he took that L and he just walked away. And that's what's interesting about the movie. You can see Bjorn Borg was kind of a tortured guy. Like it's really interesting stories. Anyway, check that out when you can.
Well, and also shout out to the headband of a Bjorn Borg. Like
and Johnny Mac too. Johnny Mac, they were both rocking. They both had like afros and the hair and the headbands. Last thing I would say, Tony, is the way that those guys played. This is what I miss about men's tennis, because now it's all power. It's just about serving 120 miles an hour. Can you even return serve? But back then they used wooden rackets. And McEnroe, what was so great about his game is he would rush the net. So he would serve and then he would rush the net and do these like little drop shots. Like he was like very artistic the way he played.
Beautiful,
and he was a lefty for you, T. He was a lefty. Yeah.
And he's a lefty. I'm a
He dated Chrissy Hynde, for Christ's sakes. He was dating Chrissy Hynde for the Pretenders. That's all I need right there.
McEnroe for life. Also, I got to give Crusader Rabbit some love on the chat. By the way, what's up, Crusader Rabbit? Shout out, go Reardon. I'm a Reardon head. Illy Nastasi back in the day. And Paulie, I do. Don Peralta, you're on fire. Another game for Milos. That's another game for Milos. Do you remember Milos on Seinfeld? The freaking
Jerry gets sick of it, though. Jerry starts firing balls at him, and Milos is like, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What's going on?
What are you doing? What is going on? Milos, dude. Yeah.
Shout out Milos all damn day.
Tennis pro didn't know how to play tennis. Yeah.
Back to my original point of bringing up Hector Borg, not Bjorn Borg. Hector Borg, third base coach.
I was having more fun talking Bjorn Borg, but we can go to Hector if you need to. Yeah,
I'll go back to Bjorn in a second. I'm like straddling a fence on Hector Borg because I do love Ron Wotus's insights, and he was very good in the post game yesterday. I watched him, and he was like, "Hey, let's not all come down on Hector Borg." He goes, and this is a testament, but here's the thing: he was present. The ball bounced off. Ramos hit that ball right off of the second baseman's glove, and it bounces off into center field. And you have a very speedy Drew Gilbert at second base. Drew Gilbert's got to be thinking he's going to get waved around. So Borg holds him up. Borg, I think he said he couldn't see the ball, where it bounced off and how far it bounced off the glove. The second baseman. So, but and in Borg's defense, which is what Wotus said, you had 2, 3, 4 of your lineup coming up, but that 2, 3, 4 hasn't really been producing outside of Arise. So I see both sides of the coin here, but I'm thinking you got to get a run across, man. And you have speed on the bases and you don't know what's going to happen next. It is pretty sad that runners on first and third and you can't get a run across.
Dude, they've started. I remember, I forget which day this was, but there was a game last week where you had a guy on third. I think this was in the first inning too. There was a triple. Was it Joe Who, you guys? I'm forgetting. Anyway, there was a triple. and with no outs, yet a man on third, they couldn't bring him in. So this is nothing new. The Giants have been stranding runners left and right. I mean, their hitting is a bit
on the road. You already got walked off earlier in the day. Score the freaking run, dude. Like, wave him, make them make the play. If they throw him out, you got to tip your cap, but you got to wave him in, dude.
And put some pressure on their defense. Make them make a play. Make them make a play. Yeah,
make a play. And also, you're on the road, and also, like, that type of play.
Let it out, buddy.
It would have taken a miraculous defensive play to throw him out. Okay, and
okay.
I did see Borg was a little indecisive. And dude, by the way, coaching third base is one of the most underrated gigs in all of the coaching.
Underrated in what sense? Like, what do you mean?
Difficulty.
Yeah. Shout out to Flannery. Masterful over there. Masterful.
Dude, shout out Wendell freaking Kim, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Or Matt Williams actually wasn't bad, but like because you have to make a split-second decision based on what you're seeing and
it's all on you. If you send a guy and he gets gunned down at home, it's your fault. It's the third base's coach,
right? Well, I also wonder too. I just wonder about humanity, Paulie. That if he waved Gilbert and Gilbert gets thrown out, is everybody saying, "Borg, what are you doing? Why'd you wave him in? You had 2, 3, 4 coming up." You know, so that's what's interesting about humanity. But I'm saying on the road, take your opportunities to score when you can. I think even they zeroed in on Ramos's face and he was like, "Oh, he didn't score? Or why didn't he score?" Or something like that. Like, I think Ramos was expecting Gilbert to be crossing the plate. Anyways, you should be able to rely on your 2, 3, 4 to hold them up and be first and third with the freaking heart, the meat, the cojones of your lineup coming up.
Cojones. Yeah.
But nothing.
You get nothing. You get nothing and like it. You're going to get, I'll tell you what you are going to get. You get a nice fat big L twice.
Paulie, I do want to say our guy, Arise.
Yep.
Incredible at bat to score 2 runs to tie the game up at 4. Just sitting on the changeup. There's a beautiful at bat, and he just, like a quick, and then he lined out to Bohm at third base, which is another great piece of hitting. So sometimes it's just not meant to be, dude. That's what I'm starting to think. Like, maybe it's just not meant to be.
In a big picture set, I'll tell you what's not meant to be. The Giants are officially in last place. I don't know if you folks look at the standings today. They are now looking up at the Colorado Rockies, which is pretty damn depressing. And I think they're 7.5, maybe 8 games back. And I just don't want this thing to get to double digits by the time we get to the All-Star game. The Giants are like 15, 20 games out. I mean, what kind of hell?
They're looking up at who's the mascot who's the dinosaur mascot for the Rockies? What's the
I don't know what his name is, but I know you're talking about. He's got the tail and I know.
You're looking up at that big purple ass right now.
You know what? They ought to just abolish baseball in Colorado. Just abolish it.
Dinger. Thank you, Cheeks. Dinger.
You know what I mean?
Dinger.
Right there. Yeah. Cheeks is contributing. What's up, Cheeks? I hope you're having a good time in the green room. Enjoy the Raisinets and the hot towels and the constant comment tea. We've loaded it for your snacking pleasure. Yeah, I want to shout out. Why not? I want to shout out to.
Are you trying to get constant comment as a sponsor or something, Paulie?
Constant comment. Give me some of the other ones.
Bigelow. There's Bigelow, of course. They were big.
They got great names. You know what I mean? Like, give me some more.
Paulie, there's also Throat Coat.
Throat Coat saved my ass a couple times. Yeah. I was drinking Throat Coat. Dude, when I gig with the Freestone Peaches, I drink Throat Coat because that stuff is so hard to sing. I'm serious.
I like to make my own tea at home, Paulie. I like some little pieces of ginger, fresh squeezed lemon, some cinnamon, some honey. Let's go. I made some for my friend this morning.
I'll give you a true story, and maybe we should be sponsoring Throat Coat as well. Maybe they need to jump in the PMP show. But last time I gigged with the Peaches at Sweetwater, they had a really nice backstage setup. They gave us dinner, and they had drinks in the, you get your own fridge back there. It's loaded with drinks. Tom Stack was hanging out with us that night backstage, and they're all hanging out like, "Paulie Mac, have a beer, have a drink, have this, have that, puff on this, do this." And I'm like, you know what? I can't. Not when I'm singing this nonsense. I can't. Right. I got to be 100% alert. And I was sitting there drinking my my Throat Coat while everybody else was having a good time drinking beers. I was hitting Throat Coat. True story.
Nice, Paulie. But the Throat Coat for days, and it does save you. But again, Paulie, I got to be better about this. So stand by, please.
Oh yeah. It's business time.
Our main man, Carlos De La Fuente, who's actually on fire on Twitter yesterday. He was making some valid points on Twitter. Loved McEnroe going off on the umps. Hashtag Billy Martin. So thank you, Los. Go back to our tennis conversation. If you just joined the show, we were talking Bjorn Borg because we were trying to just stall from talking about Hector Borg, the Giants' third base coach. So,
I have a follow-up on this, Los D, and thank you, Carlos. Great to see you, buddy. My main man, P1 Chuck, Charles Aquisto, he's on the comment line right now. We were talking about Borg and McEnroe a few minutes ago. Check this out. He goes, guys, I'm going to a golf pro-am next week featuring John McEnroe and Kurt Russell. Dude, buy me a plane ticket. I want to go hang out with those guys. Chuck, send me pictures, send me reports. I love both those guys. I love Kurt Russell and I love John McEnroe, both of them at the same time.
I totally agree with you, Paulie. And also Dan Cochemilio. I see you on the chat too. Dan venting about Devers. We're going to talk Devers in a second.
I talked to Dan before the show today, dude. Me and Dan were on the phone with each other, and Dan Cochemilio and I have come to a decision, Tony. Ooh, keep that up. You look like one of the guys in Anthrax. Circa
suicidal tendencies. I was thinking suicidal tendencies. When
either way, they're flipping the bill, sure. But anyway, Dan Cochemilio and I decided no more Ryan Walker in the ninth inning. It's official. We've barred him from that inning. Tony, go ahead.
Okay, but Keaton win too. I mean, what are you going to throw him on the? Oh, by the way, we didn't do this. What are we doing? 2 slaps. 1, 2. All right. Okay, that's great. And the bullpen has been doing very well for this team. So that's what's so ironic about this whole thing.
Ryan Walker just doesn't belong in the ninth inning. That's what I maintain.
He's not. We talked about this yesterday. That personality.
He's not a killer. He's not a killer. Yeah, he's not.
Eric Miller, I think, is a killer. I think he's a red.
That's what me and Walter were saying. Me and Walter were saying, give me some Miller, man. Let's see what this nasty SOB has, because he's got
crazy
that
lefty.
Yeah,
he's got crazy lefty. FU.
And he's got a big body. Like he's a big dude too, like an intimidating presence. So yeah, give me some Miller in that ninth. Let's just see what happens.
Stanford Cardinal Eric Miller, by the way. Paulie, Dan Cochemilio, back to his non-Devers chat. Okay. He said McEnroe Borg was epic. He said loves those tennis matches and Chris Everett's legs. He goes, had a teenage crush on her. Dude, so did I, man. I had a huge crush on Chris Everett. By the way, that was when she was Chris Everett Lloyd, I think, right? And then she lost the Lloyd, or she divorced the Lloyd, or something. But she was Chris Everett Lloyd, and now she's Chris Everett. And so, yes, with you, Dan, on that teenage crush of Chris Everett. That era of tennis was freaking amazing. I loved it.
I like the period for women's tennis, and I was really into this too. Like when the Williams sisters first hit the scene, like in the 90s, and they were like literally little kids. And I don't know if you even remember this, but Venus was the first one. Venus was like this figure who was like, whoa. And then Serena kind of came after her. But also that period gave us, remember Martina Hingis? Remember Anna Kournikova? Anna Kournikova went on to, I think, marry one of the Detroit Red Wings. I forget which guy, but she married an NHL player, and Martina Hingis. So a lot of guys had crushes on those girls too once they hit the scene. Well, our very own, there was one of our coworkers had a big crush on Anna Kournikova. I won't reveal anybody, but one of our coworkers at the Ticket 1050 had a big crush on Kournikova, and she was gorgeous. She was gorgeous. I haven't seen her in ages. I think she is officially retired off the map. Like I never see her anywhere. Hingis or Kournikova. You never see him.
Also, Paulie, I see Rags talking about Gabriella Sabatini, and with my Team Italy World Baseball Classic hat on today, I got to say, golf clap on the Gabriella Sabatini mention, Rags. That is spot on, my friend.
And also, thank you, Don Peralta, Sergei Fedorov. That was a guy Kournikova married. Fedorov. Yeah, good call, Don.
Nice. Yeah. Great call. Great call. Paulie, how you doing on this Friday, buddy? Happy Friday, dude.
I'm good. You know? I'm doing really good. It's like I said at the beginning, it's such a beautiful day in the Bay Area. It's hard not to be feeling pretty good, even though the Giants are torturing the living Christ out of us. I got to tell you, too, I am officially every fiber of my being, Tony, is now all in on NBA playoffs, because we are getting treated to some really great stuff here. For starters, actually, I'll tell you what we're going to do. How about this, Tony? A little discipline, a little rare moment of discipline. I know. Why don't we, as I switch screens here, why don't we give Stellar Design some love right out of the gate today? And then we'll come back, and I want to talk some NBA playoffs. And I hope you guys are watching, because these series, there's a multiple series that are really heating up. So let's do this. Let's talk Stellar. We're going to come on back and we'll get into the NBA. But Tony, Stellar Design, Dom Peralta. Listen, we love Dom. It's funny, when I came on the stream today, Dom was coaching up Escobar in the
Nice.
green room. So we're getting close, and Cheeks will be joining us in 20 minutes or so. So stand by for that. But when it comes to creativity, if you've got an idea for the next big thing, but you have no clue how to actually make it or how to market it or how to bring it to life, that, my friends, is where Stellar Design comes in. The great Don Peralta. We have an update, Tony. We have a new yard sale day.
Nice.
Bag 20 liter and new colors. And if you want to show that off, Tony, go ahead. They're going to take back your back of the napkin sketch at Stellar, and they're going to turn it into a real working product. Of course, it can help people's lives, as Dom has done many times, whether it's the Goha, whether it's the baller cam. Dom is connecting people. That's big. That's a big thing for Dom. He's a big people person too. So from startup companies to the big dogs like Google and Amazon and Meta, they all make things happen, and so does Stellar. So visit stellar.design and, make it stellar. Contact Don Peralta, Dominic@stellar.design, Dominic@stellar.design, Tony. And what are we looking at here? Tell me.
This is the yard sale gear that Dominic is involved, that Dom and Stellar Design is involved with. They make apparel, they make magnetic ski poles, they make ski bags and snow bags. It's a badass company that of course Dom's involved with, like a badass company that's doing not only making good gear, but doing good things for the community and the environment.
Scroll back up. I want to get you one of these dinner sweaters on the right. Let's get Tony. It's what it's called. A dinner. Oh, it's on a girl. Maybe that's not for men. I'm not sure.
No, but that's fine. Hey, Mother's Day is coming up. Megan's birthday is coming up. Fine. I can get this. I can get the dinner sweater for Megan, and I'll take the sport coat. Although I'm not handsome like that dude. I mean, geez.
I know that guy's he's making us all look bad. But I got to tell you, Tony, you can give this to Megan and go like, "Hey, Megan, this is what you get to wear at dinner. It's a dinner sweater."
Dude, by the way, yes, exactly. Bring that. Make sure you wear that to dinner.
At dinner.
Also, I love the pose of that dude. Like the photographer said, okay, please look up and left like you're just gazing into the sun. And I want you to raise your arm a little bit, show the full jacket, and just look handsome as ever. And he just
and Tony, we're going to go with some muted tones here, some earthy greens, some hints of browns, very earthy, very natural.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
The key word here is taste, of course. Yeah.
But dude, Don Peralta, Stellar Design, involved with yard sale, and they keep launching new stuff. There's the women's sport coat you can see, the day bag, dude, the freaking magnetic ski poles. I love it. That is such a great idea for those people who have had a yard sale on the mountain, Paulie. So
nice. There's you and Megan jumping into the water. Oh, he held her freaking rewind that, because I saw she put the dinner sweater on the dock. Dude, right there. The dinner sweater's see, Megan jumps in. Here's the dinner sweater. Put it. Oh, Tony, just give me a couple of spins. Back me up. I want to see you spinning around with the bags. Here's creative somebody showing off the new line. Here he comes right there. Right there. Yeah.
Hey, Dom, if you ever need, if yard sale ever needs other, people to be in their ads, let me know.
Oh, that's Tony all day, dude. Spinning with his bags. That's Tony.
Hey, Dom, thanks for the support of the show, brother. We love you. But Paulie, when I was a kid, when I was 12, I think I was 12, I was in Levi's commercials, and we filmed them on the train tracks out there.
Wait, hold it. You know what, bro? Wait a second. Wait. Now I'm getting pissed. You're trying to tell me I've known you for 30 years, and now you're just now getting around to tell me about your TV commercial career? Why am I just hearing about that? I'm actually kind of pissed. Why am I just hearing about this for the first time in 2026? As Grodin would say, let him do the talking for me, actually, on a Friday.
What the hell?
You don't treat my people like this. I can't believe you haven't ever talked to me about your esteemed TV career. What the hell?
It was when I was 12, and I had to walk along the train tracks with this girl and wear Levi's gear and pretend like we were talking. And
did
then
you and that girl strike up something on the side, like a little a pen pal thing? I mean, you're little kids, but still, you feel something. You're like, hey, look at that.
No, totally, dude. No, I might have been older than 12 now that I think about it, 13 or 14.
I see.
But yes, we walked up upon this tree, and like I did like a legs cross, kind of like hang out with the,
Do you have the footage? Most importantly, where's the footage?
It's somewhere.
Bring it to I need it. I'm gonna need. Are you embarrassed? Why did you never tell me?
No, I just never, it never comes up in conversation. But yeah, it was back in the day. And I was wearing it was like in the pastel fat.
Dude, I need to see this ASAP, Tony. ASAP. Where can we get a hold of this thing for real?
I'll find it, man.
How much did you make for that?
Gosh, I don't even remember, because my parents took the dough and like put it away. They're like, you're not touching this.
They took the dough and then they like went on like a long weekend up in Tahoe or something. Yeah, we'll hold that for you, Tony.
We're gonna go to Silver Legacy in Reno for the weekend. Hey, thanks.
Tony, we're gonna hold this money. We're gonna go up to Tahoe and deposit it in a bank up there. So we got you a babysitter. Don't even worry about it. You're fine. Yeah.
Oh, totally, man. It was fun,
Again,
dude.
just up there at the craps tables, dude, courtesy or your advertising money. Yeah.
But speaking, this isn't my only acting. Like I wasn't just one gig and out, Paulie. Do you remember at KMBR when we did the commercials of the balls talking? Do you
I
remember?
do. Me, you, and Brooksy. Yes,
Dude,
I remember
we were
that.
all talking balls.
They
Our
painted my
mouth.
face, dude. They painted my face. I was a freaking, I was a talking baseball.
I was a basketball, dude.
Yeah, I was actually kind of embarrassed about that because you want to know what? True story. Here's a confession. Actually, this is a great moment, and I have no problem revealing this, but this is true. Maybe I should let Tony reset this, but we shot a commercial in the late 90s, and all they did was they superimposed our mouths onto different, like a basketball, a football, and a baseball. Brooksy was a football, I was a baseball, Tony was a basketball. And this is probably like 97, 98, and it was a TV commercial for the Ticket 1050 and KMBR, and we were all like talking to each other. But my teeth were so messed up back then, but I had not yet found my way to Dr. Matt Young's office. So when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed because my teeth look horrible. Like he cleaned them up for me. I'm in a much better place now. Teeth-wise. But anyway, Tony, I can't wait to hear where you're going with this. Why'd you bring up that commercial?
I was just saying that was my only other like acting moment, I guess.
We did get paid for that. We got like a couple $100 for that. Yeah, they gave us something.
It was so weird because I've got a crooked smile, and so everybody knew exactly whose mouth was on the.
And I was saying, it's like, oh my God, look at the teeth on this kid. That must be Paulie. Yeah, that must be Paulie Mack. Yeah, look at his teeth. Yeah, it was terrible.
And I'm also thank God to Shannon Kaler. He put me on the cover of one of his albums too. I had to shave my chest
and oil up. Can you oil up a little for that?
I did, man. A very awkward moment with Shannon.
I did, man. Yeah.
Well, the whole experience, Shannon asked me, hey, we're in the studio working on a project. And he goes, hey, by the way, at some point today before I leave, would you mind just taking your shirt off for a second? And I go, what?
Yeah. I want to look you over. Tony, walk around, turn around for me. Yeah, drop a pen.
Hey, man, you mind taking your shirt off for a moment?
Hey, Tony, drop your keys, man. Pick them up slow. I want to see what you look at. You know what I mean? Yeah. Drop your keys, Tony. Yeah.
I was like, okay. And then I did. And then he's like, okay, if you don't mind shaving your chest, I think we need you for our album cover. And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? God. So I ended up being a boxer lying on the floor next to a pig heart in blood on the cover of his album, and I had to shave. I had to wax and shave and all that.
You're all greased up too. I remember how oily you were. By the way,
they had the spray bottle. They had the spray bottle that they were spraying me with oils. It was wild.
Shout out to the great lady Catalina. She's out there today, and she goes, "Oh, you guys, it's like a confessional Friday." That's actually not a bad idea for a show. We all just confess something. We just all confess some embarrassing thing. That would actually be a lot of fun. Audience too, like come at us.
Oh yeah, we're not doing it just us. You're getting involved, Familia. This is everybody involved in the confessional.
Hey, Tony. Through him, with him, forever and ever. Tony, I want to say, you know, when they're singing it. yeah. I'd prefer you don't sing it. I'd rather just talk the prayers at me. Yeah, forever and ever. Yeah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
We're going to hell, dude. You know that. We're going right to hell. Through him, with him, forever and ever. Yeah. No, I know it's tough. What do you want? Sorry. No offense.
Sorry, this is. Oh God, sorry, you guys.
I know it's loose. We're feeling loose on a Friday. What do you want?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, my God. Yeah, no, we're definitely Red Jet Shell second. You guys are going straight to hell. I know.
Yeah, maybe Satan should chime in real quick. Maybe Satan should chime in and scold us both, Paulie.
Hold on. Let me see. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while.
Somebody call my name. Somebody call for the Dark Prince. What can I do for you on a Friday?
Well, Satan, we were just mimicking some Catholic church rituals. Do you have any advice for us, or do you have any penance or penalties for us?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, yes, I do. Here's your penance. I want you to go home and listen to N.I.B. by Black Sabbath 10 times, and then you can talk to me in the morning. Thank you.
Satan, before you leave, Satan, is it true that if you play certain records backwards, there's you're speaking on the records? Is it
100%,
true?
100%. In fact, if you spin Stairway to Heaven backwards, there's a lady who's short. All that glitters is gold, and she's buying the stairway to heaven. Anyway, if you spin that backwards, you'll hear me. I make a cameo.
Yes,
and I'm saying, my sweet Satan. Thank you.
John
Beautiful.
Joseph knows what I'm talking about. The My Sweet Satan controversy of Stairway to Heaven. True
What's
story.
also
Check it out.
AC/DC and Black Sabbath in that little chatter about like if you spin certain records backwards. I think Black Sabbath was in that chatter as well. But shout out.
Actually, you know what? There's one I can tell everybody right now. This because I've done this and they did this on purpose. If you go to Public Enemy's first record, Public Enemy's first album, it's called Yo Bum Rush the Show. There's a track on there called Mega Blast. It's about like crackheads. Please, just give me just one more hit. A Mega Blast. There's a section of that song at the end where they intentionally put a backwards message on there.
Nice.
And when you play it forward, it just sounds like a bunch of squeaks and squeals. But if you take the record and you spin it backwards, you hear Flavor Flav going off like on a tirade. He's like, man, he's like, I've heard it. So this is a fact. He's like, man, he goes, I can't believe there's so many women out there smoking crack and the babies is what he says. He goes, I'll never forget this. He goes, their babies are coming out no bigger than a leaf of lettuce. That's what he says. That's the backwards. I swear to God. Go listen to Mega Blast backwards and then come talk to me. There's a whole thing in there from Flavor Flav. You're welcome.
Wow, dude. Also, shout out Beelzebub, Tony. Beelzebub, thank you. Yeah. And Lucifer and Satan.
The Dark Prince. Yeah, all that stuff.
All one and the same. Yeah. Paulie, just to continue on with honoring the supers, especially when Mark Gravy chimes in, we go right to the super. What's up, Gravy? Happy Friday.
That's a good question. Good question.
What does he say? He said, did the chest hair come in thicker and thicker?
That's what they say. That's what Seinfeld said. It comes in like twice as thick. Yeah.
It absolutely does. And, the Italian curse, man, is I got hair in all the wrong places. Like, I lost the hair on my head, but I got, shoulders and back.
Oh, and shoulders of a Tony. Yeah, with the hair. I know. Yeah.
I mean, but, thank goodness for the grooming products that have been developed by, I'm assuming the grooming products that have been made today are made by hairy men because they are. Well, seriously, because they're very good products now.
Yeah.
I've got this thing. It's called Freebird. It's great for my dome. But anyways, yes, it comes in thicker and thicker. So,
Freebird? What does that do?
It's my razor, dude. Los D is using it too, man. It's great.
Okay. All right. I don't know.
Great. It's for your head, basically.
How often do you do that? For real? How often do you have to shave your head? Like, how often does that happen?
Like once every 3 days, something like that.
Wow.
Okay. I used to do a Gillette Venus razor, woman's razor Venus. Because of how comfortable and close it would shave. It was much better experience than any male razor out there. The Gillette Venus, man. And then they started doing the Venus Max and the Venus XL and the Venus, whatever. But then Megan got me this Freebird electric razor, but there's 5 heads on it like this, and they just all kind of rotate. And it's like I get myself a scalp massage all the time.
You know what's funny, dude? You're talking about using a woman's product, and I think I'm going to make a confession right now on the heels of Noemi Catalina going, you guys do a confessional. Here comes one. I'm going to give you one right now. And I didn't think we were going to go there today, but why not? Tony's talking about using the Venus, which is a woman's product to shave his head. This was a woman's product I've been using for a long time, and I swear by it. And you know who turned me on to this? Swear to God, is Rags' brother, Brian, is the guy who turned me on to this in Jersey years ago. Ready, Tony? I did it today. I did this today, as a matter of fact. Deodorant. My go-to deodorant choice is actually a woman's deodorant, and it's the Soft and Dry Powder Fresh.
Dude.
I'm telling you, give it a shot and then come talk to me, because, a lot of the men's deodorants are kind of stinky. You know what I mean? They're a little powerful, with the cologne kind of aroma that they give you. Not with Soft and Dry, dude. Nice and subtle, a little powdery, fresh. Anyway, I used it today. Rags, that's from your brother. Yeah. Or Secret, 100%. Soft and Dry or Secret, either one works. But they both do the powder fresh. Shout out Brian Narag. Yeah.
And dude, love Brian Narag, by the way. Great dude. Paulie, is this antiperspirant? Or is it regular deodorants? Is it
it might be a combo thing, antiperspirant deodorant combination. It's like a roll-on thing. It's like a stick. Yeah.
Yeah, right on. Okay, beautiful, dude. I love that confession.
You want confessions? I'm giving it to you. Yeah, I'm giving it to you.
That's fantastic, man. And I'm going to share, just because people are wondering about the Freebird and maybe a possible sponsor. There it is, man. Look at the.
Oh my God!
Yeah, there it is.
It looks like you could drive that thing down 101. Look at that thing.
Yeah, dude. I mean, there you go. Look at that thing. You could drive that thing down 101. Is there another shot?
Yeah.
This is the whole. Look at that. The whole system. It's beautiful. I love it.
The whole
Dude,
system.
Paulie, I've been guilty of literally giving myself a trim while driving. I've gotten some looks, people. I'i've gotten some looks. There's
you're driving that 101 Chevy. That's pretty awesome, dude.
Yeah. It's like I can multitask. I like multitasking. And totally random thought, but my piece of advice from my uncle Paul Tonelli: always try and walk diagonal across streets. You're just like just walk diagonal.
Well, that's against the law. You get a ticket for that. But anyway, why would you do that? Yeah,
because you cover more terrain instead of the 90-degree angle. Just if you can go diagonal, go diagonal. I'm a big diagonal guy.
Well, you're giving the cops a reason to stop you and then frisk you if you do that. I'm just FYI.
Yeah, I know. It's all good. That's the least of my concerns these days, Paulie. Hey, can we go? Well, I want to talk Devers a little bit too.
And I never got to the NBA. I was supposed to get to the NBA like 10 minutes ago. I do want to talk NBA playoffs just for a second. Then give me some Devers, and then we'll bring in Cheeks. But
hold on, Humdinger 87. Yes, we're on the same page, Paulie. She says it's a shortcut to go diagonal. Bam. Boom.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not against it. I do it myself too, but I'm just saying there are legalities involved in the anyway. Creative Tony, I want to say that the NBA playoffs, I am all in on these. First of all, how many of you are watching this Boston Philly series? I am shocked at what's going on right now. Tony, they just forced a game 7, so you're going to have a game 7 in Boston, but the way and they had a 3-1 lead in this series. They were up 3-1. Philly has come back and won games 5, and they won game 6 last night, 106-93. Think about that. It looked to me like Philly was literally doing whatever they wanted to on offense, and Boston had this look like this deer in the headlights look. Like guys were just going right through their defense, going to the rim. When the Celtics don't hit their threes, kind of like the Golden State Warriors, they're kind of in trouble. And what happens is they give the ball to Jaylen Brown, and they just tell him, okay, Jaylen Brown, just go ISO and start beating your guys. Problem was that Paul George has been D'ing up Jaylen Brown and really giving him problems. So I'll tell you right now, Boston, I think, Tony, is a 7-point favorite, which is kind of big for a game 7.
That is
game
big.
is in Boston. I'm saying go Kate Scott Sixers because they're feeling it right now, and Boston just does not look. I don't know if Tony, you tell me, all your years playing competitive baseball at a high level, if you're in a series like this and you've just lost back-to-back games like pretty decisively, can you flip a switch? Is there a way to be like, okay, now we're going to be the Boston Celtics again? Or does that I think that's got to be in Boston's heads. Those are the ways that Philly's been coming at them. They've been taking the game right to the Celtics, and the Celtics have not been able to answer.
All the pressure's on the Celtics, all of it, because they're the ones that are going to be playing tight because of the situation. And dude, any sport, you name it, the more loose you play, and free that you play without letting the old noggin take over, is when you're at your best. And like I said, all the pressure's on Boston, and Philly's got to be coming in there with some serious swagger for game 7.
I think you're right. I think they do have swag right now. And I'm telling you, these are like in my experience, guys, living back east like that for all those years, Boston and Philly are like the two angriest cities in the country. Everybody in Philly's pissed. Everybody in Boston's pissed. Just 24/7, they're pissed. Totally. And like it's like a collision course of two fan bases that just are unruly and hardcore as hell. I've talked to my friend Tommy D'Angelo last night. I go, dude, what's up? Because he loves the Celtics. He had a Larry Bird statue and next to his TV and all this back in the day. And he does what he said. He goes, we just suddenly have forgotten how to play basketball. We don't know how to play anymore. So anyway, that's an interesting one coming up. Also,
Paulie, the other thing, I really quick, the 7-point spread makes it. I think that's there because of how difficult it is to beat a team 3 straight games in a series, in a 7-game series. So that's what I'm saying. So I think that's why that 7-point spread exists, and that's why Boston, the odds are in Boston's favor. But man, Philly, don't change a thing.
Yep.
And especially if it's tight down, if it's like a 1-possession game in the final minutes, I mean, that is going to be some very tight basketball by the Celtics, because I'm sure they could feel the gag coming if they don't.
It's sitting there. Yeah, Tony, it's sitting right there. And I want to give some props to Joel Embiid, because he's playing great basketball. He's always had these injuries. A lot of big men are like that. And you got to think at some point, this is probably going to happen to Wemby too. Human beings that are 7 foot plus, they, as you know, a lot of times they break down physically. It happens to a lot of big men. And Joel Embiid has had so many problems physically, but when he's on and when he's playing his game, like the Celtics have no answer for Joel Embiid. They have no solution for him. So that's going to be a really interesting game 7. That is, I believe that one's on Saturday. Then tonight, you got
hold on, Paulie, I want to get a laugh track. I want to get a laugh track ready here. Hang on one sec. Because Dan Coach Emilio, our guy on the chat, says he just said, send Devers back to Boston for game 7. That will ensure Boston chokes.
Yeah. It's kind of a mixed bag. It looks like I'm getting like P1 Chuck is dropping an F Philly. I think I saw Noemi saying go Sixers. It's kind of a divided thing out there.
Well, for us, it's Kate Scott. It's go Kate Scott. Basically.
I mean, we're going to be partial to Kate Scott till the day we die. I mean, I really do. I love Kate Scott. I adore her. I freaking love her.
You know why? You know why Kate Scott rules? This is a prime example. I promise you, we probably won't bother her because she's super busy.
Yeah, let her work right now. She's in it. She's in the weeds. Yeah,
right. But if we did reach out to her, I promise you, she would make time to come on because that's the type of person she is. You know what I'm saying, Paulie?
I do. I cannot say, we don't have enough time for me to say all the positive things about her. I'd love to say. Other than I will tell you this, and I never say this, is only the one time I knew this. When Kate started working on the Murph and Mac show, and we got to know her a little bit and how great she was on the air. I'll never forget this. I walked into her studio one day and I said, Kate, you're a freaking star. You are a freaking star, man, and you're going places. You could just see it. You could feel it. And I was right. She has gone on to achieve incredible. Again, first female in the history of the NBA to be a play-by-play voice. I mean, right there, drop the freaking mic. She is a groundbreaking woman, female broadcaster, and I love her to death. So anyway.
She doesn't, by the way, she does not rest on it. She goes and is helping young female broadcasters. She is always constantly on the move, constantly inspiring, constant speaking, and trying to engage the next generation of female broadcasters and journalists to get involved and she tells people, I know this for a fact because a dear friend of mine said she met Kate Scott and Kate gave her info to contact her and please contact her if she needed any help or advice or anything she could do to help her on her career. I'm like, incredible. She's just
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And I've always tried to do that too, help out younger guys that are in broadcast. I know you have too, tried to bring people along, because when I met young people that were really like passionate about wanting to do radio, I recognized it because that's how I was. Right. And when you're starting a career, you need somebody to give you a hand. You need somebody to open a door at some point. So I tried to do the same thing. But Tony, back to the NBA real quick. Yeah. So Rockets, Lakers tonight. Okay, that's going to be an interesting one. They're back in Houston. Rod Brooks going to be jumping up and down up at his place. Go Brooksy, go Rockets. Then Minnesota took out Denver, bro. I mean, wow. I am so impressed with Minnesota, and I got to shout out Jaden McDaniels. This kid went off last night in a game 6 on his own floor. And I feel, honestly, Tony, I really do. I feel happy for the people in Minnesota, what they've gone through with, they've had such a tough year in Minneapolis. And the fact that the T-Wolves are now giving them something to be excited about brings me a lot of joy. So they win last night. They send Denver home. And I have nothing but all I can do is congratulate Denver. I mentioned McDaniels with 32 points last night. I thought that Rudy Gobert had a hell of a series.
I was just going to say, we got to talk Rudy Gobert and what he did.
Basketball. Yeah.
What he did defensively, though, dude. You want to talk about somebody who, is comparable to Draymond, not as good as Draymond, but probably inspired by Draymond to just be a defensive player and up his defensive game. Rudy Gobert had a hell of a defensive series. I didn't see every game, but the moments I saw, I was like, damn, dude, he is playing lockdown D. And I saw that Jokić is all pissed off. He's just saying, we have a long way to go. We didn't make it past the first round. What are you talking about? So
yeah, I felt bad because Joker had to do everything himself. Like he had to do it all. I mean, and I see you, Gravy. Yeah, they did miss Aaron Gordon, no question. Gordon's a big part of that, but he missed a bunch of games in that series. And the other thing is, like Tony said, Joker needs some help now. They're going to have to build around him because he's still one of the very best, but there's just not enough around him. So anyway, go Minnesota. Very, very impressed with them. And
really quick, I just got to give Tuba Sun God some love on the chat. Tuba Sun God said in the chat, and I love this idea.
Yeah.
Tuba Sun God says, I want Kate Scott to take over Warriors games when Fitz retires. And I'm like,
wow, that's an incredible call. But how are you going to get Fitz out of there? He ain't going anywhere. Fitz ain't going anywhere. Over Fitz's dead body. And Fitz loves Kate Scott too, but that's what Fitzy does, bro. In fact, we got to get Bob back on the show too. we had Bob on last year, and I got it. Here's another confession I'll make on a confessional Friday.
Yeah.
Part of my approach on this show we're doing, Tony, is I'm trying not to be too much of a pest to people that we know and care about, because I know how it is. I do. Bob is a busy guy, so you got to kind of pick your spots so you don't become like a nuisance. Excuse me. But I think we're due. I think we can reach out to Bob pretty soon, because we haven't talked to him since last year.
You can also get elevation sensation Tim Roy on the show too, because I'm a Tim Roy fan. I love that. And Tim, you want to talk about somebody who is great at his job, is Tim Roy. And you can tell how good he is when Tom took some time off and Tim was doing the broadcast solo, doing basketball solo.
Forget it.
Dude,
forget it.
I mean,
that's
wow.
hard. Yeah.
What a skill. What a skill. So shout out tip of the cap to Tim Roy as well. We should get him on the show as well, P.
Okay, Big T. So here's what we're going to do. Let's give some love to Dan Coach Emilio and Secure Money, and then we can bring in Escobar Cheeks the third and get to our music assignment, which is Michael Jackson and or Jackson 5 songs.
You don't want to talk more Devers? You don't want to talk more Devers, Paulie? And by the way, really, the only thing I got to say about Devers.
Go.
And Dan, I know Dan's on the chat, and we're going to give Dan some love, because Dan speaks the truth on NorCal Sports Network.
He did a great show. I'm telling you guys, check out Dan doing post game, because he lets it fly, man. And you need that sometimes as a Giant fan. Just giving you somebody giving you like the straight deal with no embellishments, and he doesn't sugarcoat it, man. And I like that.
Dan has got a great system. He goes live like 7th or 8th inning, so he's going as the game is ending, and then he's on literally when the last out is recorded. So at NorCal Sports NW is his YouTube handle. Check him out. But I was going to say, Devers had a base hit in the second game yesterday, but that base hit was basically another lazy ground ball to second. But the second baseman was on his way to cover second, because I think the runner was in motion, or he was shading Oppo. So
Okay.
Sure, in the scorebook, it says 1B, but it wasn't good contact. It wasn't a good swing. I mean, I'll take it. Yeah. Because maybe it helps his psyche, but dude, it was just another. I just was watching him, and it's like, God, I know he's like, Dan always says he's getting older. And Dan, you're right, man. But I need him to stop swinging out of his ass, man.
Yeah.
Just go. And I apologize if everybody's getting sick of this, but I'm going to keep on it. Just watch tape of Arise. And his approach at the plate. Dude, he struck out yesterday, and I'm like, whoa, that is wild that he struck out, because he only has 5 strikeouts on the season. Yeah. So it's just, I don't know. The swinging out of your ass thing when you're struggling, I don't know. When you're hot, like Kyle Schwarber is scalding hot right now. He
scares me. Every time he comes into the box, I'm like, oh, Christ, here we go. Because at any given moment,
he dominated that whole series. Dominated that whole series. Yeah. But when you're hot,
that's what Devers is supposed to be doing for the Giants. He's supposed to be that kind of threat.
Dude, Schwarber's batting like 205, but he has 12 bombs. It's like, I'll take 205 if you're giving me 12 bombs on your way to 40 bombs, 50 bombs. Sure. But it's just not happening, man. So I don't know. I just had to get that out about Devers. Like on the box score, it says 1 for 3, I think. But the hit was like, okay, all right. We'll give it to you, but dude, I need some solid. I'd rather see a line out than a lazy ground ball.
Also, somebody let Matt Chapman know that Paulie Mac's getting pretty sick of his at bats too. Chapman walking back to the dugout after a strikeout. How many more times can I take that? He's driving me freaking crazy too. The both of them. All right. Anyway,
the scouting report on Chapman is you throw him and dude, again, the pitching they see is ridiculous. So again, but these guys are professionals getting paid a crap load of money, and we have Chapman for 5 more years, but. You throw him sliders that start in the zone and break out of the zone away from him, and he usually swings at them. So it's like, and then also I got to address Dom Peralta. Dom, I love you. Dom wanted Schwarber in the orange and black at 3rd and King. Dom, I don't think Schwarber would be doing the same thing at 3rd and King, because the ballpark, because the air is different. It's not that humid, thick air of Philly. Like, it's just a different. It's not a shorter porch like Philly has.
Bandbox too. That place is a bandbox. Everything flies out of there. Yeah. I like that yard though. I went to that yard in 2011.
The yard looks great. They were showing pictures of it. And Hunter Pence was like having like a stoner moment yesterday. He's like, Dave, I think I see a double rainbow. I think it's a double rainbow.
Yeah.
And Dave's like, okay. Right. You can see downtown in the background. It was really cool. I haven't been to that park. I'd like to go to that park someday.
I got to tell you, I'll give you one quick anecdote about that yard. I went there with Murph in 2011 and a bunch of KNBR contest winners. We had a great time. And I was prepared at all costs. I'm like, here it comes, you guys. We're going to get beers thrown at us, peanuts, everything. It was the exact opposite. I couldn't believe it. The Philly fans were actually super, super cool. We wound up like engaging with a lot of these guys, talking ball with them. They were really good. Now, I know the rep Philly has, but my experience for going to 3 Phillies games, that series was pretty positive. They're pretty good baseball fans. Anyway, okay, Tony, Dan Coach Emilio, he's here, you're here, I'm here. Doesn't that make it our time? And yes, it does.
Certainly, there's nothing wrong with a little feast on our time, Paulie.
Get a good one. Get a good one. All right, Tony.
Get it while it's hot.
Yeah. Get a good one. The sadness on Spicoli's face, too, when he's watching those guys eat his pizza. He's so profoundly sad. Anyway, Dan Coach Emilio, securemoney.com. Start there, folks. When you're talking about Dan, start by checking out his website, securemoney.com, because Dan kind of lays out his mission statement as a finance professional. Like, he's got 30 years in the business, so obviously he knows what he's doing. He's been helping people out, not only in the PMP community, but in the greater Bay Area for a long time now. And Dan has basically dedicated his professional career to providing clients with honest service and results, both of which you deserve. And again, Dan distills kind of his approach down to two aspects and 2 words, and they are, Tony, safety and protection, meaning Dan is committed, and he also has the expertise to achieve this, to help you never lose the money that you have coming in. It's precious. It's like these days, man, every dollar that comes in is valuable. It's precious, and you don't want to lose what you have coming in due to some you're overpaying on taxes, for example. Dan's going to assist you with all that. He's going to make sure first you never lose money, and then he's also going to assist you with your financial growth. So the money you do have, let's grow that stuff. Let's just not stick it in some savings account. Let's grow the money you have. And then Dan also, I mentioned this, that when it comes to tax time, let Dan look at your stuff. Let him look at your finances, because he could probably help you pay fewer taxes with his knowledge. And there are a million ways you can get around things. And Dan is a professional with that kind of knowledge. And then all this other, big time adult stuff we all have to wrestle with: life insurance, IRA plannings. Tony, I'm talking estate plannings, 401k rollovers. Dan can handle all of that stuff. So if you and your spouse have been kicking this around, you know what? We really got to get a life insurance policy. Do it with Dan. Dan's here. He's one of us. He's going to help you out. You're going to get great results and honest service. And then finally, I'll say this about Dan, Tony. He has access. His rates are they're outstanding. Check this out. He has access to guaranteed options, paying 7% on 2-year terms, 8% on 5-year terms. So visit securemoney.com and see why Dan is so damn good at what he does. Let him go to work for you as an advisor, as a financial planner. Get him in your corner. You're going to be thrilled with the results. Call Dan today at 1-888-960-SAFE. Tony, it's 1-888-960-SAFE, and let Dan and his 30 years of experience go to work for you today. And you can also email Dan, by the way, Tony, Dan@securemoney.com.
Dan is, like we said about Los, the same thing. They're people for others. They chose career paths to help people. Dan's career is helping people. Like you said, safety and protection. Paulie, I have questions for you. Do you feel unsure about what happens to your income once you retire? Are you relying on your 401k and hoping it's enough? Have you been putting off reviewing your plan because it feels too complicated? Dan, Coach Emilio, can answer all of those questions. Okay. Even if you already have a 401k or advisor in place, he often uncovers new ways to improve what you're already doing. Okay. And Paulie, Dan, maybe you need a soundtrack. I would do Boston's Peace of Mind.
Nice.
Boston, because what he gives you is peace of mind in retirement. Okay. And if you work hard and you want real, honest results without like risking it in the market, give Dan a call. You can save thousands with Dan. So give him a call. The information has been on the screen the entire time. We love Dan as a partner. We love Dan also as a host on NorCal Sports Network. Check him out again. We mentioned it before on YouTube at NorCal Sports NW. But you can give Dan a call, or you can email Dan. Call him 888-960-SAFE, 888-960-7233, or email Dan at securemoney.com.
Thank you, Dan. And final word on Dan. The guy loves giant ball, too. So you want to talk some giant ball with him, definitely do that. Okay, Tony, this is the moment I think a lot of us have been waiting for all week long. No, you got something else. What do you got?
I got something else, Paulie. And because
the rules are, there ain't no rules.
We've got a couple of supers that have come in. First of all, this is Patty from Napa. She says, This is for you, Cheeks. You are going to do so great and
Yeah.
such a fun assignment you chose. Hell yeah. I'm very excited for this with Cheeks as well. Patty, thank you for the super.
Thank you, Patty.
And then Mark Gravy Graves with another super. He says, Tony, can't these hitters see the spin on the ball? Paulie, I'll address that really quick. The answer is yes, they can see the spin on the ball. But that spin it's a very tight spin. It's hard to explain because what you look for the eye of the storm on the top of the baseball. The eye of the storm is that little red dot that the spin creates on any like breaking ball. Fastball is this rotation, right? Changeup is backwards rotation, and then you got sliders and curveballs that are like spinning to the side or diagonal or just straight over the top. That spin is so tight and it's happening at a faster rate because these guys are such incredible pitchers. So if you're not looking for it, especially if you're not looking for it, you're just trying to make contact with it. It's really tough to do, man. So the pitching in Major League Baseball has gotten so good and so dominant that I get why some of these hitters struggle mightily, but you definitely need to make adjustments and you definitely need to watch film. And I know they all do, but keep watching film because that's the greatest teacher of all time is seeing yourself struggle at doing something, and then you can go frame by frame and say, look at my hands there, look at my shoulders there, look at my hips there, look at my back foot there, and you can just basically make the corrections. But these guys are so freaking good, so you can see the spin, but it's really tough to, like you saw us yesterday in game 2 of the doubleheader. That pitcher came in, his fastball was like, I don't know, low to mid 90s, but he had a ridiculously good changeup.
Yeah,
and so it was throwing all those giants off because they started to look for the changeup. And then if you start looking for the changeup, then when you see the fastball, you either take the fastball right down the middle or you're super late on a fastball that's not like a fastball that should be blown by you. So that's the beauty of the changeup. So this guy's changeup was dominant. So that's why I love baseball, because the mental game inside the game is just so much fun. So
anyway. How about the mental game? How about whatever it is, mental game, inside the game, any game, I don't care. Just give me some wins. Okay. Let me simplify all this. I see the rotation on the ball. That's great. Somebody just win me a damn game this weekend, please, for the love of God. I think we got Robbie Ray going today. Yeah, tomorrow. I think I expect things to turn for the better. I'm hoping anyway. Just sometimes you just got to get the hell out of Philly and move on. All right, Tony, here's where we are. It is time. Before we bring in Escobar Cheeks the third, though, I want to thank Standard Deviant Brewing for being our newest and greatest sponsor. They're a great partner for us, and they have decided that they want to sponsor the music assignment every single week, and we are thrilled to have these guys as partners. Now, for those of you who are like the uninitiated, I'll say, if you haven't been to Standard Deviant yet, let's talk about them. They got 2 locations in San Francisco. You got one over in the Mission on 14th Street. That's 280 14th in the Mission. And then you got the PMP Clubhouse hangout spot. That's Standard Deviant Brewing on Pier 70 in San Francisco. Both locations, Tony, 100% committed to the city, which I love. I mean, I still consider myself a San Franciscan, even though I live in San Rafael. I mean, I lived in the city for 25 years. And Tony and I are in the city. So, we don't live in the city anymore, but one way or another, Tony and I find ourselves in the city multiple times a week, every week. So Tony's there right now. Tony's in the city right now. So we love the city and we love helping out businesses in the city, and Standard Deviant certainly deserves your business. So check them out. Hey, it's a great place to hang, especially on a Friday for a happy hour. Play some shuffleboard. Hell, go in there tonight and watch the Rockets game, man. Rockets game starts at 6:30, I believe. So they got 4 flat screens in there. Lots of space inside, as you can see. It's a very kind of vibey, friendly place. Like the owner's Mark DeVito, unbelievably cool guy. Go in there and be like, yo, Mark, let me check out some of your tattoos and let's talk ball, because he loves talking ball. He's got great tats. And then, of course, Tony's going to tell you more about the beer, but I will just say this in some broad strokes here. Variety of diverse beers are available, all true to style, and all the while, you got, like I said, enjoy that bay view at the Pier 70 location. Stop by Standard Deviant Brewing and enjoy the coldest tasting beer in San Francisco. Also, very important to get this out there. Mark is adamant about this. He wants us to relay this message. Everybody is welcome at Standard Deviant, whether in either location, man. The doors are wide open. Come on in, bring your personality, bring it all, man. We're all about this. We're about diversity, and so is Mark. So talk to Mark also about private parties or private occasions. Like you got like a little birthday party. You want to bring the kids in after a game sometime. He can definitely accommodate groups. Hell, he's at the PMP family in there twice. Yep. We rolled in there like 50, 60 strong. And again, there's plenty of room inside, outside. It's a great place to hang out. Thank you, Standard Deviant. We love you guys.
Paulie, you mentioned Mark DeVito. Do you see him in the corner of this photo right there? Do you see him right in the back?
No, I never did until just now. Yeah. Yes, good IT, good.
And Mark, he did a ton of stuff for Beer Week, and I saw him on TV a bunch. He's such a good dude. The whole posse there at Standard Deviant, they're such good people. But we love being partners with them, and I love having a beer sponsor because I feel like it's such a great time to be alive in the beer world right now because so much beer is being made, so much good beer is being made, especially locally in the Bay Area. And Standard Deviant is one of those places. They have two locations, 280 14th Street in the Mission. That's their original location. And then this beautiful new tap room, which overlooks the bay. 2 blocks from Longbridge Pizza, 3 blocks south of Chase Center, right in the dog patch. It's such a great location for Giants baseball, for Valkyries basketball, for Warriors basketball, for any events at Chase Center, and all these cool little spots that are popping up in the dog patch too. So I'm telling you, the dog patch, watch the dog patch continue to grow over the next 5 years. It's going to be one of the hippest spots in San Francisco. And I just want to remind people, you can get any of their beers in a keg, a full 5-gallon keg. You can get them in 32-ounce crowlers. You can get them in a six-pack of 12-ounce cans. You can get a case of 24 of 12-ounce cans, and you can mix and match whatever beers you want. You can get their Kolsch. You can get their Hefeweizen. You get their Saison. You get their Hazy Pale Ale, their Comet Pale Ale, their Tree People IPA, their Hop On Muni IPA, their Porter, which my dad loves. My dad loves their Porter. So you can mix and match your 6-packs or your cases or your 12-packs. StandardDeviantBrewing.com is where you can go online, but they're open today at 2:00, and they're open at noon tomorrow and Sunday, and then they're open at 4:00 Monday through Thursday. So love the guys at Standard Deviant Brewing, and thank you so much for the partnership. And it's my new Friday ritual, Paulie. I stop in, have one.
Tell Mark I said hello. Yeah, get over there today, man. I'm a little jealous. I'm heading up north, actually. Tony, I'm going to the Redwoods after the show. I swear to God, I'm going up to the Redwoods after the show up north. I love Northern California. Like when you're getting up into like the Garberville area, shout out to the Emerald Triangle. Who we kidding, bro? Let it grow. Wild and free. Let it grow. All right, Tony, here we go. We have been waiting for this all week. It's time for the music assignment. Again, brought to us by the Standard Deviant Brewing, as we just said. But we love this guy so freaking much. Now, the latest revelation about Escobar Cheeks III, now I know the guy rips on congas. I mean, like, we're still getting to know this guy, but everything we've learned up until this point has been incredibly positive. We love Escobar. Tony, let's do it. Let's open the door, bring him out of the green room, plop him onto the show, and let's get this assignment going.
Paulie, not so fast, okay? If you just indulge me for one moment, okay? If I just need to find it. Right there it is.
Peep this, particle heads. PMP's weekly musical assignment begins now, right now.
Bye, Paulie. Go, dude. There is Cheeks on Skins. I like to say Cheeks on Skins. And now in the flesh, Paulie, here he is himself, Escobar Cheeks the Third. Paulie.
Yeah, dude, toweling up, man. Welcome to the show. Look at Escobar. How you doing, man? Great to see you, bro.
I'm doing very well. Sorry, I was enjoying all the amenities, as you said, the warm towels. I'll put the edible to the side for later. Yeah, so I'm doing good. How are we doing?
Great to see you, man. Hey, thanks for giving us some time today on a Friday. And Escobar, I didn't know, like I said, I'm still learning stuff about you. Like now I know you can rip it on the congas. I didn't know you were a big Michael Jackson fan, so I got to admit, I was a little surprised that your assignment was, hey, let's celebrate Michael Jackson. We're going to do Jackson songs or Jackson 5. Now, is this kind of connected to the new movie that came out? Because everybody's excited. A lot of people like this new Michael Jackson movie.
No, yeah, of course. I figured, with the new movie coming out, we growing up personally, I was one of those kids that would, dance in the living room, or, my grandmother would put on music and, I'd do a performance, right? That's kind of what we would do. So I figured with the new movie coming out, it'd be a kind of fun thing to kind of do. And I know there's some curveballs that people could have done, which I know our buddy JJ, him and his curveballs, you know what I mean? But there's some curveballs people could have done. And as I was talking about that with Dom earlier too.
Yeah. And Tony is like you're like a big Jackson 5 fan. Probably the biggest Jackson 5 fan, honestly, that I know is probably Creative Tony.
Actually, the underrated album Victory does not get enough love, I think, in my conversations with people, because they think about the Jackson 5 when Michael was a little kid, but then you go a little bit older and the Victory, and then they did the Victory tour, which I'll never forget, was a big deal back in the 80s. And so Jackson 5 for life. I can't imagine what it was like to grow up in that household where basically you were on stage from the young child. You're basically, as a young child, you were on stage, and it's like, okay. And they were all so freaking talented, man. And so like all of them, seriously, all of them. Michael was the star, of course, but all of them so talented. And then I'll go into it with my selection, Escobar, but like the I don't know, the glove and the moonwalk and everything was such a huge part of my childhood, like growing up, and the pop culture and his effect on part of the reasons why I love music is because of Michael Jackson and the music he put out in the 80s, man. So I love this assignment, dude. Thank you for doing this, man.
Well, we were tripping yesterday, Escobar, about this idea that like Tony just said, when we were kids, like I remember when these albums were coming out, like I remember like, wow, here's Thriller. I remember the first song I'd heard off of Thriller was Billie Jean. And then they just kept coming, dude. The singles just kept coming. It was like an avalanche. Then there was like Thriller, but it was such a moment, and it's got to be weird now because when I was looking at Michael Jackson on Spotify. The guy gets still over like 29 million people visit his playlist on Spotify every month. Like that's the biggest number I've seen. Like a band like Guns N' Roses maybe gets like 15 mil. A band like Aerosmith maybe 15 mil. This guy's brushed up against 30 million. And the other crazy thing is like Tony, in the 80s and even in the 90s, it was like the Jacksons, not just Michael, but like they were everywhere. Like Janet Jackson exploded, and I love some of her stuff. Like the Rhythm Nation's a great album, and then you had LaToya Jackson, bro. She was on the scene doing stuff. Yeah. And who was the guy who I always forget like what the connection is here? But that single, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Wasn't Michael involved in that? Like who is that?
Sang back up.
And who sings the song? Like whose song is that?
Is that Shalimar? No.
I don't know. Cheeks, do you remember?
I'm looking at it.
If I'm not mistaken, that was actually Rockwell. He is
Rockwell.
Nephew.
There it is.
Was it
Rockwell.
Nephew? Yeah, there go Woods. And Patty as well. I think he was somebody's nephew.
Nice.
Maybe Barry Gordy's nephew, I think.
Wow.
And so he was asked to do backup on that.
Yeah, and it sounds like a Michael Jackson song, but now it's like, dude, like Janet, you don't really see or hear much from Janet anymore. I know she played Outside Lands a couple of years ago. I actually would have liked to have seen that. I would like to see Janet Jackson on stage. I never have. Cheeks, did you ever see Janet or even Michael when you were a kid or anything? You ever see any of those guys live?
No, sadly, I wasn't able to. Either one, I would have loved to as well. My connection to those two, and it comes to performance, is Pharrell, right? So Pharrell, growing up, always wanted to write music for Michael Jackson. So if you hear a lot of his stuff, you can be like, okay, Michael would sound good on that. Michael would sound good on that. He sent in a bunch of things to Michael, and Michael was like, no, thank you, but I know somebody that would love it. And he gave a bunch of those to his sister.
Yeah.
And so Pharrell actually helped revive Janet's career.
Nice.
Wow,
that's right, dude. Yes.
For the thing.
Yes. Yeah. That's right.
For the thing. You know what I mean? So he helped revive her career.
Yeah.
Escobar, when I listen to, and not often, but when I do hear The Weeknd, I think, man, this dude is heavily influenced by Michael Jackson.
Probably, yeah.
When I hear the way he
Definitely.
sings, the way he tries to the way he sounds, I'm like, wow, this guy sounds. And you can't touch Michael Jackson's skill, like it's on a different level. But you can tell that he's definitely influenced. Am I onto something there? Do you agree with that?
No, yeah. So he's actually mentioned that was kind of the point for him to show the influence that Michael had on him when it came to the way that his voice inflects, the way that he would do videos, the way that he would do his performances. I mean, the Super Bowl performance was very Billie Jean-esque. You know what I mean? Kind of him kind of walking through things and, just kind of
right.
giving you a journey through something, right? That was the other thing that Michael was all about, making movies, with his videos, right? His videos were movies. They were, you had to be in front of your TV, press record and play at the same time on your VHS. Or for us, they had a Betamax. Beta. I had one of those too. So, that as well. And you could go back and look at it and just maybe things you might have missed, and then of course start practicing your moves if you were dared to try.
If you dared, right? I didn't even dare. I'm like, you know what? I'm never gonna be able to do that. I'm just gonna watch you guys do it. I wouldn't, Escobar. I'd never embarrass myself like that. But I remember other people tried to like moonwalk and stuff. Man, not an easy thing. What are you gonna say, T? What do you got?
Well, first of all, that was me all over the house. I would have socks on. And I had an older sister, shout out Bridget, and she basically taught me how to dance when I was a little kid. And it was all Michael Jackson. She and her girlfriends did the Thriller dance in their 8th grade talent show,
Nice.
like that big thing, right? But what I was gonna say is Escobar. I wanted to find out more about Escobar Cheeks the Third, the man, before we get into Michael Jackson. Escobar, when did you start playing congas and doing percussion? When did you start getting involved in that? Like, because you were laying it down in that video, man.
So basically, as soon as I could stand and hit the top of them, I started playing. I've never taken a lesson in my life, so we're talking 42 years.
Nice.
So I've got some pretty rough hands, by the way. I mean, I've actually Ray Goodman actually sent me an account that they do like Southside, or they do Latin music in the Bay Area. And so I sent the guy, he goes, well, what are your qualifications? I go, well, I've been on stage with, Oscar de Leon, Celia Cruz, Johnny Pacheco, Bobby Valentin, Poncho Sanchez. And he goes, oh, okay, well, seems like you know things, but we don't play Latin jazz. And I go, I'm a musician, bro, but I let it go. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so
By the way,
I've been playing,
but you just said Poncho Sanchez. You've played with Poncho Sanchez?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. So when I was at CSM, so I'll tell you the quick story.
Paulie, I saw him at Yoshi's. He was incredible at Yoshi's.
Oh no, for sure. So Yoshi's, yes, and again, my favorite live album of all time is actually him at Kimball's East, right?
Yeah.
So I always bring up Kimball's East. That's one of my favorite albums. But I was at CSM. It was my sophomore year in college, and I played ball up there. And so a bunch of us are in the cafeteria, and I look over, and I go, "Holy sh!"
Yeah,
I'm censoring myself for Crown 4. So I'm like, that's Poncho Sanchez.
I know.
Like, oh crap! And so one of my buddies, he was playing wide receiver. He goes, "Who the hell's that?" And the kid from Rebel City, from MA. And I go, "No, dude." I said, "You don't understand." I said, "I play percussion. And that's one of our gods." And he goes,
"That's the guy." Yeah.
Well, so he just called me Ricky Martin. Well, Ricky Martin, go talk to him.
No,
and I go, he called me Ricky Martin because I'm Puerto Rican, so we're all, whatever. So he's like, Ricky Martin, go talk to him. And I go, nah, man. He's up. Hey, Ponch, what's his name? Poncho.
Oh,
Poncho. My buddy wants to talk to you. And I go, oh God. I'm like, oh,
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, we're talking about a 6'3", black dude with no shirt on in the middle of the cafeteria, yelling at Poncho Sanchez, and I want to go talk to him. I'm just wondering, what does this look like from his point of view? Right?
Yeah.
What does this look like? So I ended up being able to talk to him real quick, let him know, hey, you're one of the reasons why I continue to play. I had his stuff when he was with Cal Jader. So Cal Jader, who's a vibraphone player, and did a lot of jazz stuff, actually created Concord Picante, the record company.
Yeah.
And when right before Cal Jader passed away, he said, "I want Poncho to take it on, and this is going to be his."
Wow.
So he took this Mexican kid from Southern California, and Poncho Sanchez, who could play the congas like nobody else because he made those things sing and still does. He's going to be at Yoshi's later this month.
Nice.
So
Nice. Well, hey, Cheeks, man, you sound pretty good to me, man. My ears, as far as I'm concerned, you got it down, man. You got it down. And I would love to jam with you. We'll talk about that offline. But
hey, I'm ready.
Yeah, at some point it's going to happen because I have a couple of gigs coming up. And again, we'll talk about that. But Tony, let's get into it, man. Let's show for starters. So Michael Jackson, Jackson 5, Escobar Cheeks, our esteemed guest today. We love Cheeks. He's one of our favorites. But let's start with the listeners, T. Let's get the list up because I'm curious to see what the audience is coming with. And also shout out to Rags, who reminds everybody, he's like, guys, you're over here talking about Janet Jackson. Don't forget, shout out Janet Jackson on Good Times as Penny, the little kid who was Penny. And she was so cute. She was such a cute kid, Janet Jackson, on that show. All right, T, so let's go. You walk us through this real quick. Corinne, I can see her, but I'll let you take that, T. Go for it.
See, this is a great list because it's all over the career of Michael Jackson because you've got Corinne starting it off with Black or White is her choice. And I hadn't even thought of that song in ages.
I kind of forgot about it too. Good call, T. Yeah.
And it's a great tune.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're black or white. Yep.
Yes. And it's a great tune. And then she's got Man in the Mirror. You Are Not Alone. Remember the Time is a freaking great song. Those are her honorable mentions, but Corinne, nice call. Pam is checking in. She says, "Don't stop till you get enough."
What are you going to say? Yeah. What are you going to, speaks for itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't stop till you get enough. Yeah. You know what I mean? What a riff too. What a crazy riff, man.
But then you've got her honorable mention, which I got to give love to, Working Day and Night, because we're the party people night and day. I mean, living crazy. That's it. And then look at this. JJ, dude, John Joseph checking in. He did it.
There it is.
Rockwell.
Nice.
Somebody's watching me. That's
attaboy, John. Attaboy.
Nice. Patty from Napa, she says "Rock with You." Just an all-time classic.
Mikey. Look at Mikey.
Hold on, the glitter outfit and Rock with You. The glitter outfit and Rock with You is just back and forth.
Best. Yeah, the freaking best.
That whole freaking album, Off the Wall, is just it's a must-have. Mikey, Patty's better half, says, "I Want You Back" by the Jackson 5. There you go, Escobar.
Yeah.
There you go. Got some Jackson 5 love. Jessica, also known as Beat LA, another one that I haven't thought of in ages, and it's a great track, is Dirty Diana.
Yeah, that's got multiples, dude. I see a bunch of Dirty Dianas on there.
Paulie, doesn't Steve Stevens play on that?
Ooh, you know what, Tony? I can't confirm that. I hope you're right. And it sounds right. Steve Stevens, if you don't know, he's a wickedly talented guitar player. He's been playing with Billy Idol most famously, but yeah, that sounds right, Tony.
I feel like it. If not him, somebody is on that track. Bon Bon, aka Scarlet Fire. By the way, Bon Bon, go Cats, get him Cats, go get him Cats. Sarah SI at Sarah today, 4:00. I'll see you out there.
Don't stop till you get enough. Yeah.
She also says, "Don't stop till you get enough." And remember at the time, it's her honorable mention. Great call. Dude, Los D, Baby Be Mine. Come on, that is a freaking
nice, Carlos. Carlos is a gangster. I'm not surprised. That's a gangster track. Yeah.
And then look at Jerome, dude. Jerome going to the Jackson 5 saying Dancing Machine. Damn. Come on. Right? And then look at
Rags. I see it. I can see it. Go ahead.
Rags says Dirty Diana for Diana Rossini, dude.
Hey, good call, Rags. Hey, call it. Hey, if the shoe fits, you know what I mean? What are you gonna do? Rags is on it. He's on it.
Oh, that just made my freaking day, Rags. Thank you, dude. That I needed that chuckle. Moving on, Rags. Thank you. Greg Trela, dude, musical assignment alumni. Greg Trela. Smooth Criminal, dude.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Yeah.
An Alien Ant Farm's version of Smooth Criminal, he says as well.
Nice.
And, dude, by the way, Alien Ant Farm playing the Guild this Saturday night. How about that? You know they're gonna drop a Smooth Criminal at some point during that show. Sweet Mad Hatter, flat out the song Thriller.
I was waiting for it. It had to happen. Yeah, that's the first Thriller vote. I'm surprised, but there it is. Sure.
Dude, Sweet Mad Hatter, load up some of your harvest, load it up into the leg bong, and blast Thriller.
It's all about the harvest. Yeah.
Central Oregon. By the way, Sweet Mad Hatter coming to the Bay Area in August. We're going to make sure we see him when he gets down here. Miriam, she says, "Don't stop till you get enough." There we go. That's the third vote for "Don't stop till you get enough."
That might be the one. I'm keeping notes myself, but keep going, T.
Well, we've got Working Day and Night. Okay, is Red Jet Shell. Red Jet Shell given. That is the second vote for Working Day and Night, or actually, no, that's so honorable mentions don't count, correct?
No,
it's your so that's the first mention.
Yeah, okay.
Working Day and Night, Red Jet Shell, great call. Noemi with the title track "Off the Wall" from the Off the Wall album.
Of course.
Woods, also known as Dennis in his regular life.
Yeah.
He says Billie Jean. Billie Jean is not with the freaking video of the sidewalk lighting up with every step that Michael takes. What a legendary video. Arkansas Dave says, now the song Ben. Do you guys know the song Ben?
I don't know it. Cheeks knows it though. Okay. But I like how deep it is. I like that we don't know it.
I'll give you a quick spoiler.
Yeah.
That might be on the list.
Okay.
And we'll explain later. I'll explain later. That's a great
all right. That's smart. Then you explain. And then we got Travis Bell saying "Stranger in Moscow."
Damn.
Okay. Yeah, right. Then Badges, Stingy Badges, "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough." There we go. That's the fourth one for "Don't Stop."
Okay.
Steve Groschel says "The Way You Make Me Feel."
Oh, dude, I forgot about that. That's a great one. "The way you make me feel, you knock me off my feet." Great track. I forgot about that. Damn.
You knock me off of my feet now, baby.
All that stuff. Yeah.
And then Steve Groschel's honorable mention, "Fat" by Weird Al instead of I'm bad.
Of course, Grosch comes with that. Of course. Yeah, totally.
And then Dom, third vote for "Dirty Diana." So
damn, you guys. Okay. Impressive. Yeah. Also, shout out to Big Al in Chico. I see him right there on the comments line going, "Guys, drop in a PYT for me. Pretty Unfit." Another great one. Damn, there's so many. It's kind of overwhelming when you start going through it. You're like, damn, forgot about that one. That's a great one. Forgot that. All right, you guys. Well, great job. Thank you guys for participating.
Paulie, sorry, really quick. I'm just Phil Dawson, former 49er kicker, checking in for the musical assignment. Phil Dawson, "I Want You Back" by the Jackson 5. He threw that in there. And he did email pauliespod@gmail.com. Thank you all for emailing pauliespod@gmail.com to give Escobar the love that he so richly deserves in this musical assignment. And keep it going, pauliespod@gmail.com. And if you want to host the musical assignment, also email us in the future and let us know as well. Paulie, I'm going to get rid of the list and we can carry on from there. Okay. And continue on with the musical assignment, because this is those selections were fantastic. So
I think, well, I'm going to go first, and Tony, you go second. Let's let Escobar kind of finish it up today as our guest. But I want to say that I believe, so I'm just looking at my notes here. So I think it's "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough" is going to represent the audience because it got so many votes. So "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough" is going on. And then for me, I'm going to, I was surprised. I was afraid like a lot of people would take this one, but the only one who did, I think, was Patty. Patty, me and you on this one. I remember, I was saying this earlier, like I remember when these records were coming out, and I remember being in 6th grade, going to Roosevelt Junior High School in San Francisco. Shout out, go Trojans. You know what I'm talking about. Roosevelt, Tony, right there on Arguello and Geary, the big brick one. That's where I was in 6th grade. And I remember that year when I was a 6th grader, "Off the Wall" came out, and it was such a big deal. People forget how big that album was because Thriller was like the atomic bomb going off. But "Off the Wall" was a really big album too. And I always thought the track "Rock With You" just had such a cool vibe. Like I'm just thinking about it now. It's like, it's just got like a super cool vibe. It's kind of dancey, but there's a great vocal, and Michael was on the cusp of becoming like this global icon, but he wasn't there yet. He was close. So it was kind of like right before the storm went off. But so for me, I like that album a lot. I like "Rock With You." So I'm going with, or I like "Off the Wall" rather. So I'm going to stick "Rock With You" from Paulie Mac on the list, T.
Dude, beautiful. I love it. I love it. I want to show the visual of, and I love the way that track starts with the drums.
Oh,
and then right into the groove.
Yeah,
small of a photo. Well, I'm gonna flip this up there real quick just for some love.
And there's a sneaky cool guitar line in there where they go into the jam. There's like a guitar part that goes. So I'm just saying, there's some sneaky, funky guitar on that track too. On "Rock With You," it's badass.
Look at this cover. Yes, there is, Paulie. Agreed. But look at this is the cover
Oh yeah, he's got the tux on, right? He's got the bow tie and all that.
No, I'm doing the cover of the Victory album. Look at this
Oh.
cover of the Victory album. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that would be a great Halloween costume for all of us. We get Cheeks in the red spandex. I'll come in with the purple pants. You know what I mean? That would be a hell of a costume.
Is that an amazing cover? So good stuff on that. But a couple of honorable mentions before I get into my selection.
Okay.
Michael Jackson's duet on the Victory album with Mick Jagger, State of Shock.
I love State of Shock. I love State of Shock. I thought, you got me on my knees. Please, baby, please.
Yes.
Bow down. Yeah, State of Shock. Banner. Great call, Tony. Great call.
And then also, I just, because it tugs on my heartstrings, man. And there's been, whenever I hear the song, it gets me, as Pecan says, it gives me the lump in the gurgler.
Okay.
The song Man in the Mirror,
Yeah.
if you want to, make that change, be the change you want to see is basically the message in that song. So Man in the Mirror is my other honorable mention.
Okay.
And then finally, I've got the picture disc. I've got the
Respect.
the Thriller vinyl picture disc. And this album was such a huge part of my childhood. And again, I got to give my older sister Bridget the love, because she was the one that was like all into Michael Jackson and taught me dance moves and taught me rhythm and the moonwalk and all that stuff. But I got to go with Sweet Mad Hatter on this one. He and I are in lockstep. Just the title track, the song Thriller.
Okay.
Because of everything, the actual song is just a fantastic song. Okay. And then it's got the video that came along with it. And then I remember they did the making of the video that came along after the fact, which
totally.
I watched that more than I watched the video.
Well, remember they had to put that disclaimer up when they first started running it on MTV. You guys will love this if you're too young to have lived in the MTV era. Dude, they had a freaking disclaimer up there that says we don't believe in black magic, and this is not like an occult statement. I was like, damn, what it's like Iron Maiden and Michael Jackson all of a sudden dancing with the devil. But do you remember that disclaimer, Tony? About the occult and everything? It was crazy.
Yeah, dude, yeah. And then also the Vincent Price, outro basically to Thriller. All of that in the package. It was mind blowing at the time. It was mind blowing to me, and so influential on me. Yeah,
I need to add to your list of reasons because you left this out. I'm kind of shocked, but you'll be with me in a heartbeat as soon as I bring this up. Not to mention that in Revenge of the Nerds, when they break out the Wonder Joints, they got Thriller on the turntable, dude. That's when the party goes off. As soon as it goes, bah, 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 and that's they're blazing these joints. They're like this big, but it's while Thriller is bumping.
Yes, and Escobar, you're going to take it away in moments, but the bass line that you just sang, Paulie, it is super funky. And I got to give love to the band Humphreys McGee. They cover that song.
Wow, you got to have balls to cover that track, man.
And the way they'll do an extended jam of that.
Nice.
That bass line, and it's so thick and so good. So my selection, Thriller, Escobar. The floor is yours, man. And great freaking assignment, dude.
I just looking at Cheeks. I'm just so glad he's with us. I get to hang out with Cheeks today, dude. I love it. This is fantastic.
I appreciate it. No, I mean, a lot of good choices. When I saw PYT going off, I was like, I think of certain things that pop into your head, right?
Yeah.
So PYT really came back into my consciousness in the 2000s during something called America's Best Dance Crew, and the Jabberwockies did a routine to it, and it was one of those things where I was like, oh, this song is such a great effing track. It's just it's a fun, dancey, poppy track. There's a lot of things that kind of came up. But yes, Vincent Price, just, his deep voice walking you through, the things that bump in the night. You're like, oh, hell. And then you're kind of crouching. You're like, but what else is going on? You know what I mean? And of course, the laugh at the very end, that laugh at the end will live with you forever.
The only guy
laugh.
that can rival that laugh, and maybe we could get him to like recut this, would be Greg Cosell. Imagine his laugh at the end of Thriller. You know what I mean? He's like, he's got that
No,
nasal.
definitely.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
and Big Al and Chico, dude. Yes, Ola freaking Ray. Ola Ray was the love interest of Michael's in that video. And
Hey.
then,
Yep.
dude, Vincent Price, grisly ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom.
You know what I mean? Hey, real
definitely.
quick, this has never happened before. We're getting a late submission all the way from Beantown. So my buddy Tommy D'Angelo must be watching. He heard us talking about the Celtics and everything, but here he goes. Here's his, and I'll show you. He's going Jackson 5, and there's his actual album.
Beautiful.
And then here's the track, I Found That Girl.
Dude,
wow. Yeah. That's Tommy D'Angelo from Boston. Hey, D'Ange, good luck with your Celtics, man. I hope it all works out for you. All right, Cheeks. So there we go. We got Boston checking in. It's a global thing today. It's cross country. So Cheeks, dazzle us. Where are we going with this?
That was
Where
great.
are you going?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, first one I'm gonna do, I'll already say Ben. So if you guys don't know, so Ben was a movie about a rat.
I remember the freaking movie, dude. The kid playing with the rats. I remember it.
Correct.
I remember it.
There you go.
Yep.
I was gonna say eventually you're gonna remember.
I do. Yep.
So it was, and it's funny because it's a sweet song about a friend finding another friend and all this stuff. But then when you think about it, then you just take it back. You're like, this mother is talking about a rat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, really? So here's the fun part. Okay, so here's the fun part. The song won a Golden Globe for best song.
Wow.
It won a Golden Globe for best original song.
Wild. That's wild.
Best song. It won an Academy Award for best original song in 1973.
Okay.
That's incredible knowledge, dude. That's crazy.
Let that sink in.
Okay.
Wow. That's wild. That's wild.
So there's that. I got two.
Okay.
I got a second
Let's
one.
go.
Okay. This was one of my original. I ended up having a vocal injury. So I actually used to be able to sing 3 different octaves, being a church kid. So I was able to sing pretty high. Little Michael. I was able to do Little Michael. So with doing Little Michael and being able to sing that high, Never Can Say Goodbye.
Oh, dude.
That Never Can Say Goodbye was one of the songs that when I first heard it, and at the very end, oh no, ooh, oh yeah, never can say goodbye, girl. And I was like, if I can do that, if I could sing that, I'm like, I'll knock him dead, right? So that one for me is an all-time classic, and I love listening to it at any time. My third choice is. It's a little emotional for me.
Okay.
It's Human Nature. So it's Human Nature. By the way, quick notes. You guys already know where I'm going to go with this. So it was written by Steve Porcaro, right? Porcaro. Sorry, Porcaro, right? Am I saying that correct?
I think so.
Porcaro from Toto.
Yeah.
From Toto.
Yep.
Which he wrote it originally for his daughter. Okay. He wrote it originally for his daughter. He recorded it on a cassette, and he was playing it in the studio. And Quincy Jones walks by and goes, "Oh, that's a pretty melody." And then at that point, what are you going to say? "Oh yeah, I wrote it for my daughter." Go, "No, do you like it?" "Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Mike."
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like that. Yeah.
So he took it and gave the melody to Mike, and of course Mike did his magic with it.
Yeah.
But Human Nature, so Michael has a lot of songs that a lot of people have sampled, that they've redone, they put their own spin to it. And I've mentioned this before. My favorite version of Human Nature was at Michael's his funeral.
Okay.
And it was John Mayer on guitar.
Nice.
I've never heard a human being make a guitar sing.
Yeah, he can do
the
that.
way he did that night.
Yeah, he can play, man.
I remember I was listening to it. I was listening to that song. I was actually on my way to a Giants game, and I was listening to the funeral on over the radio. And I'm in the back of the train. I'm bawling my eyes out because, of course, Michael's gone. First of all, that's the first thing, and then the fact that this guitar player that makes the funny faces is making me love the song even more.
Yeah.
Right? Then of course he also did. He teamed up with Fall Out Boy to do a version of "Beat It," and he did the guitar solo on it. If you ever heard of it, if you've never heard it, I would say pick it up. It's so it's Fall Out Boy doing "Beat It" with John Mayer doing the guitar solo.
Wow. Damn. I'm all over that. Yeah, I'm going to definitely listen to that. Okay.
Yeah, listen to that. That's John Mayer, has a lot of connections for all of us, being Dead and Company, the Michael Jackson thing. Of course, Dave Chappelle, he infiltrated, let's say, the culture. You know what I mean? He infiltrated the culture in a way that I've never seen anybody else do.
Yeah.
Dude, it used to be.
So my three.
All right, dude. A very eclectic list too, Cheeks. I applaud you, dude. So we got Ben, we got Never Say Goodbye, and we got Human Nature. And I love the personal kind of touch you put on all that stuff, Escobar. And dude, I've been kind of adding them as we go along. So my final one, I'm just going to add Human Nature right now. And again, if anybody wants to like participate in this, so I put this on Spotify. There's a playlist there. It's a public playlist. It's called PMP 26. Anybody who has a Spotify account can listen to it. It's public. And Tony, I'm going to update you real quick. So right now, as today's May 1st. Jesus, I can't believe this year's almost half over.
May Day, yeah.
Tony, there's 5 hours of music and counting on the PMP 26. So it's great for like road trips or just around the house if you're working and stuff. So
it's all over the map, man. And Paulie, that same playlist is on Apple Music as well. I need to update it, but it is also on Apple Music, PMP 26. And also don't forget to put Don't Stop Till You Get Enough on there as well, Paulie, because that was the song.
I got it. No, I got it. It's on. I've already put it on. Yeah, it's on there. So anyway, just reminding people that you can always check this stuff out on PMP 26.
Nice. Cheeks, what you got?
Let me give one final note. So you were saying that Off the Wall, you're saying Off the Wall, that album, Off the Wall, Thriller, no skips, right? Period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The fun note about Off the Wall is when Michael was done with Off the Wall, he goes, awards, best album, this, that, and the other. And he knew it. He's like, he's like, that's no deal. There's no argument.
Yeah.
When he didn't win an award, just imagine a pissed off Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He was angry.
Yeah.
He was angry. Goes into the studio and comes out with Thriller.
Damn.
What the hell?
Okay.
What the hell? Give me a Grodin. What the hell?
Let me give you one. Here's Grodin on the snub.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Nice.
And to come out with that album after an album that he thought was flawless.
Yeah.
His first solo album is Off the Wall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you come out with Thriller right after that. Yeah. At that point, some people would be like, you know what? I'm good. I'm done for my career. We're going to go ahead and just reap the benefits. Then you come out with Bad. Yep. And Bad was another one. It got a couple songs I'm not, meh. I'm like, over. But that's another album that I look back now and I go, wow.
There's a lot of good stuff on there.
He was not playing.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. And by the way, I love the fact that
Michael Jackson. Yeah. Sorry, T. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I love too. There used to be 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. I think it's turned into 6 degrees of John Mayer, dude, because
he's all over the place. Yeah.
And so talented in bringing just so much beauty and life to all different styles of music, man. And so I love that you brought that up. I remember that, but I hadn't thought of that in a long time. And it just makes me love and appreciate Mayer that much more, and for his versatility and for his love of all different genres of music.
And I know exactly what you're saying, Escobar, because Mayer has that ability. He can his playing can get so emotional that you can't help but get affected by it. I've experienced that many times watching him play Grateful Dead stuff. I'm like, damn, this kid really gets it. Like, he just inherently gets what's going on here. So, hey, listen, Cheeks, dude, it's been a freaking pleasure, man, having you on the show. It's long overdue, but I'm glad you did it today. Hopefully we get to do this again. And again, like I said, I'll be talking to you offline about sitting in with there they are, dude, the Cheeks, bro. Get them up there. That's how it all started. Escobar Cheeks III. That's his spin on the Loverboy record, Get Lucky. I'll tell you this right now, Tony. Cheeks ain't going to be outdone by Mike Reno. Okay. No. I'm telling you right now, you got Reno and Escobar. I'm going Escobar 10 times out of 10.
You
really
want to talk about the type of gamer that Escobar is? We asked him to do this as kind of like a riff, as a joke, and bam, in the Pauliespod at Gmail inbox, bam, the next day. Hey guys, I gave it a shot. Here you go. And it's become a legend of the show, man. So thank you, Escobar, for just going along with the riff and having fun with it, dude, and then giving us this just gold for the rest of our days, man.
Thank you, Cheeks, so much, brother. We are brothers at this point, dude. We're all locked in. We're all joined in. You're one of our greatest brothers out there. So have a great weekend, dude. Keep smacking the congas, and we'll be talking soon, bro.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Patty, again for this opportunity. So I appreciate it. And don't worry, Patty, you'll get the picture of me in the red.
Thanks, Cheeks. Have a great weekend, man.
All right, peace, well. Much love, brother. Oh, so good.
Bravo.
So
Bravo.
good.
I really do. I love that dude. I love that dude. He's one of those guys where when we first met, I'm like, I feel like I've known this dude forever.
Yes.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Like I've known, maybe we knew each other in previous lives.
Also,
or
dude,
like
the feel and love of an Escobar Cheeks the Third hug. Yeah. I mean,
he's got some power. He's a big kid, Escobar. Yeah.
You know, for Escobar's hugs right here, Paulie, for Escobar's hugs.
You got the touch. You got the power.
By the way, one of these days, dude, when we get into bookmarks, I got something in there. It's going to blow you away. Here's a teaser. That track you just played by Wahlberg.
Yeah.
It's a cover.
I know.
That blew my mind. I thought like those guys are covering an actual song. So more on that later. Yeah. Hey, final word of the show today, because we got to let people go. We're getting pretty late here. Yeah. Rich Pizza. Let's cap the week with our first sponsor. These guys stepped up to the plate first. They said, we like what you guys are doing. We want to be part of it, and I can't thank you guys enough. I mean, Neil Donardi, the whole Longbridge family, Steven, Andre, the whole gang, all those dudes, man, Guillermo, you know what I mean? All of them. Thank you, Longbridge Pizza. We love Neil Donardi. We love Neil's food. Neil was saying, too, if you are a Valkyries fan, you're going down to Chase Center to catch some hoop, stop by Longbridge pre or post game. It's the place to go. And to be totally honest with you, Tony, I'm going to go ahead and wager, no disrespect to the places that are like on the property. I'm saying Longbridge Pizza is the best eatery within like a mile radius of Chase Center. Honestly, like that's the place. So stop by Longbridge Pizza before a game sometime or before a concert. We hit it before Springsteen a couple of weeks ago. A bunch of us went in there. And again, you will see why we love their pizza so much, man. Neil fires it up with that sourdough crust. Try the Polymac particle pizza. It's on display down there. And shout out to the cover art of the box, too. You got Polymac actually holding a J in my hand on the cover art. There's Neil. Look at him go with the dog patch shirt. Oh, Tony. Okay, see? Yeah, this is giving me some hunger pangs. Okay, so Neil Donardi, we got the laid-back vibe. We got the serious pizza. Let's talk to Neil about a private party down there sometimes. It really is a great place for kids. They have that back room. They can get 20 to 25 people back there. So if you want to bring, like, CYO team in there, Little League baseball, whatever, it's a great time. And you'll see why they talk about the Vibe Tribe. There really is a vibe in there, and a lot of that has to do with our main man, Steven, with those playlists he puts together. Tony, tell us. I'm going to let you take it from here. Let me just look at this food. You talk, I'm going to look.
I'm just trying to show off the food because we've talked about the Vibe Tribe. We've talked about Neil and Andrew and the entire staff at Longbridge Pizza, but I just want to just give some pizza and food porn on a Friday, dude, because when it comes down to it, you go there for the food first and foremost, and then everything is just like extra, like the vibe, the love you feel, and the familial vibe you get when you walk in the door. But then it's all about the food, man. That's the gabagool. That's Vinny's gabagool right there. We just showed the Polymac pizza that Neil was taking out of the oven, and then the local beers we talk about, because everything is sourced locally at Longbridge Pizza. There's no big corporations involved. It's all local meat, local cheese, local produce, local beers, everything, local bread, everything. It's all locally sourced from Longbridge. And it's a conscious effort of Neil and Andrews and everybody there to support local businesses, which is one of the things I love most about Longbridge Pizza and what they do. So tip of the cap to you guys, and thank you so much for sponsoring our show and partnering on our show. Get in there for a Giants game before or after, for a Valkyries game before or after, or during, or just go in there and bring a posse, or have it like Paulie said, you can rent out the back room, or you can hire the pizza wagon and Neil's staff to come to your house, to your event. Email them, events@longbridgepizza.com, Paulie.
Thank you so much, Tony, and thank you so much, Longbridge Pizza. Like Tony said, we love you guys. We love all our sponsors, and Longbridge, I mean, certainly no exception there. All right, Tony, listen, bro, really fun week of shows. Honestly, this was like a really fun week. I mean, I'm still laughing at Brooksy talking about the robot. Paulie, they're doing flips. As soon as he dropped the flips, I mean, I'm going to be laughing at that all weekend. But you guys enjoy the NBA playoffs, man. We got a Game 7. We got Boston, Philly. That's going to be awesome. You got the tight pants of a Robbie Ray. You got, dude, maybe the best arm in their rotation right now was Roop. There it is. He's going tomorrow. I shouldn't say that. Logan Webb's been pitching his ass off. He just gets the worst run support in the history of run support. Shout out Matt Cain. Where is he? We should connect Matt Cain almost like a like a self-help line for Logan Webb. Like, hello, Matt Cain, self-help. What can I do for you? I'd be like, yeah, what happens, Matt, when I throw 7 2/3 and my team doesn't score for me? They said you could help. You know what I mean? Because Matt Cain knows all about that. Hey, Tuba Sun God, Miguel, Rags. Dude, Rags, have a great weekend. Red Jet Shell, I'm glad you're feeling better. Red Jet Shell, my friend. And all you guys. Yeah, we love you guys. John Joseph, Noemi, Big Al, Rockin' New Era. We see all you guys. Grosh, thanks for playing along today too. Noemi with the Michael Jackson thing. And again, if you want to sponsor, like Tony said, email us pauliespod@gmail.com. Everybody have a great weekend. You guys enjoy yourselves. Patty, you behave up there. Give Mikey a big hug for us. And Tony, I think that's all we got. So I'm going to let you pull the levers and take us home.
Just a couple of items, Paulie. First of all,
It's business. It's business time. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
I just want to mention that, remind people that if you're watching the show on YouTube, please like and subscribe while you're there at Polymax Particles. Please like and subscribe. Also, please comment on the videos. People are doing that more and more, and we really appreciate
it.
The
Yeah, it does help us. Thank you.
It helps feed the algorithm, and we have new artwork that Dom made that we'll show next week. Dom combined weird science and algorithm to feed the algorithm visually. So we'll present that next week. And finally, Paul, I just want to congratulate our beer partner, Standard Deviant Brewing. I forgot to mention this during the musical assignment, but I want to just mention it now. Dude, they entered their Kolsch into the World Beer Cup, and their Kolsch beer won the silver medal in the World Beer Cup. So
hell yeah.
Congratulations, Standard Deviant. And just goes to show you, damn good beers over there. Get over there, 1070 Maryland Street in the Dog Patch, or 280 14th Street in the Mission, Paulie.
Great, Tony. Give Mark my best when you go in there later. For real, give him a big hug. Tell him I'm going out of town this weekend, but I definitely send my love over to Big Mark. I'm a fan.
I will, and I'll grab you a 6-pack of Stud Light, Paulie.
Please do. Stud Nuts Light. Please, Stud Nuts Light in my case, yes.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a 6-pack of Stud Light if you give me some of BC's buds, okay?
Done. It's done. Already done.
All right, stand by, Paul.
Business hours are over, baby. It's business. It's business time.
All right, kiddies. Thank you so much. We had a great time this week. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves too. Everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy the hoop. Enjoy the baseball. We will be right back on Monday at high noon to do it all over again.
We'll be back Monday at 4:20, Paulie. We'll be back Monday at 4:20.
When you've got decades of you kind of lose your way sometimes. That would be me. So thank you, Tony. 4:20. We'll see you 4:20 on Monday, y'all. Have a great weekend, everybody, and cheers.
Peace, y'all. Have a great weekend.